Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Catalyst47 here, back with another video. So, guys, for today's video, like I told you guys, I would be making a updated Rokket deck profile after the ban list, which we got the ban list now. So, yeah, we can. Oh, well, I guess something I didn't explain though. What I want to do is I'm gonna make basically like two dragon decks, basically. One of them still gonna be like the Rokket oriented deck. I'm still gonna keep it at 40 cards. I'm not gonna run Halki Fibrax and Needle Fiber, or sorry, and Link Cross because I feel like when you incorporate those cards into it, you have to incorporate other cards that are kind of bricky, like the Lance card, the Dragoonity Phalanx, and the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. I don't want to have to incorporate those cards into the deck, like, because if you're gonna do that, then you need to make the deck larger, like 50 cards, honestly, at least probably around 50 cards. That way you just have a smaller chance of drawing bricks, but I just don't like the idea at all of drawing bricks in the first place. I know they're good cards, like I know Phalanx is good, I know Destruction Sword is a good card as well, but I don't know, personally I don't like the idea of there being a chance that you're gonna draw these cards. I mean, it's 3 cards. I know in 40, I definitely don't think it's a good idea to run it in a 40 card deck. It's just too many cards that are just like, that are not really going to help you that much. Because this deck focuses mostly on playing through interruptions. So if you already have like several of the cards in your hand that you want in your deck, that's a smaller, like, it's going to be a smaller chance that you're going to be able to play through these interruptions. So yeah, so for this first version, this is going to be the Rokket oriented version, which is just an update to my video that I made last week. There weren't very many changes, like I think it's only like 3 changes, 3 or 4. It's not very different, but I do think that these changes that I make will help the deck, and I have been testing it out. Not too like, I haven't tested it out too much yet, but I've been able to do like mostly just test hands right now. I need to test it out in actual duels, but it's been pretty good. I'll see if I have time to actually show you guys like maybe like 1 or 2 combos that I think are pretty interesting. So yeah, let's get started with the deck profile, guys. Alright guys, so let's get started with the deck profile. So we got, of course, triple Starleech Safer. Second best card in the deck, honestly. I feel like this card's just so good. I mean, you really want to see it run 3. I mean, it lets you add any dragon, basically. And into the graveyard, you can add a level 8 back to your hand. Pretty good. Then you got the 2 baby dragons, of course. Any dragon deck also uses these too. I mean, they're just so good. They search themselves out. So it's a must. For the Rockets, of course, we got triple Tracer, just the most important rocket. He's used for all the combos. He's a tuner, level 4, so easy to go into like level 8 synchros. So, and you want to have multiple, so that way you can go for like your follow-up plays. Then we got 2 Silver Rocket, just pretty good card to see your opponent's extra deck and banish a card. It's pretty good. You have knowledge of what they're playing and banish something important. And the 1 Magna Rocket, I am debating on switching the ratio, like 2 Magna and 1 Silver, just because with this version, or I mean, it's not like I changed the deck a lot, like I said, but I feel like this one's not as, with this version, it's not as important to end on like Abomination with a Rocket. So, and I just feel like Magna Rocket might actually be better this format because Magna Rocket can actually get rid of Dragoon. It doesn't target, it doesn't destroy, it just sends to the graveyard. That's so good. So I might actually do like 2 Magna Rockets and then 1 Silver in the future. I'm not sure yet. 1 Recharger, really good card for turn 3. Just need 1 though. Then we got 2 Absolouter, the non-rocket rocket monster. I'm still running 2 because I mean, it's just this card's really good to open with either Chaos Space or any rocket. So if you have it at 1, I just feel like those chances are just lower. And like I said, because I still play a good amount of Rockets, I feel like running it at 2 is just good. And the Red Eyes package, Black Metal Dragon and Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I mean, this card is a staple in any Dragon deck as well. Black Metal, I know, like I told you guys, I'm not running 3 because I don't have space in the deck. And I just feel like with 3 Stayford and 3 Black Metal, that's just too many normal summons in a 40 card deck. So I just feel like 1 is good. And then we got, this is one of the changes I made, 2 Noctivision. I put the second one back in. I know I said that I was worried that the deck would like brick more if I have 2 Absol and 2 Noctivision. And that is technically still true. But I feel like Noctivision is just, because of one of the cards I added into my extra deck, I feel like Noctivision is just so good. Like, you want to see it with that card. So I really wanted to find a way to make sure I see Noctivision, and just the only way to do it is if I add more of it. So I decided to add 2. Sorry, put it at 2. We'll see how it goes. I haven't been able to test it out too much. I'm just hoping that the deck doesn't brick too much. And then we got 2, the Levineer with Brotar package. Just pretty good stuff. I mean, Levineer is just a very good dragon to use, and it's really easy to summon in this deck. And Brotar just lets you search any dragon and lets you play around Nib a little bit with Seal. Then you got Phantasme. This is what I cut for the second Noctivision. I cut 1 Phantasme. While I do think Phantasme is a decent card, I mean, it lets you draw cards and rearrange your hand a little bit. What I was thinking was, if I'm running 2 Phantasme and I'm running like, you know, 2 Absol and then the 1 Noctivision before, it's like, you know, unless you have a starter, of course, you don't really want to see like a Noctivision or an Absol in your hand either. So it's like, I think I'd rather just see a Noctivision and an Absol than seeing an Absol and a Phantasme. So this is what led me to decide to take out 1 Phantasme. So then the card's searchable, so I just feel like running it at 1 is good enough. And for the rest of the hand traps, triple Ash Blossom. Just the most versatile and best regular hand trap, I guess. Like, I know it's not as impactful as like Nibiru or Gamma, but I don't really want to run Gamma because you have to add another brick in there. You have to add the driver, and it's 4 cards instead of 3, so you're getting rid of more engine cards. Then we got 3 Veiler. It's a light monster, not once per turn. Pretty good card, honestly. Synergizes well with this deck. It's one thing I don't like about Ash Blossom, it's a fire. But yeah, not much we can do about that. And then we got 2 Ghost Ogre. It's a light monster. Pretty good hand trap. Doesn't negate, but it destroys the card. I don't think it's as impactful, like I said, as Ash or Veiler, so that's why I run it at 2, and because of space. Then we got 3 Chaos Space. Best card of the deck. I mean, there's nothing else to be said. That card needs to be run at 3. 3 Quick Launch. Any dragon that uses rockets needs to use Quick Launch, and at 3, it's not once per turn, so it's so good. Then for the field spell, 2 Boot Sector Launch. I just feel like 2 is better because you have multiple rockets, so you just want to have 1 like the other Dragon Links do. Because it's a really good, it's almost like a soul charge, so in the grind game it'll be really useful. The 1 Ravine, the 1 Search for Romulus. That's another, just the 1 Ravine I think is fine. And 40 cards, I don't really want to run Divine Lance or Phalanx, which are bricks also. So I feel like really all you need is just the Ravine. And Ravine, something I like about it too is that even if you do draw it, Ravine is still good in your hand. Being able to send Absol to search for Tracer. And last but not least, the 2-World Legacy Guard Dragon, probably the best extender in the deck. Really good. It's once per turn, so you don't really want to see multiples. That's why I run 2. That's it for the deck, guys. 40 cards still. The only changes I made was really like taking out a Phantasme for the extra Noctivision. Now going into the extra deck, there's actually 2 changes that I made to the extra deck. So, still running 2 Striker Dragon. I really want to run a 3rd one, but I really just can't find the room for it. It's so hard. Like, the extra deck is so tight. So, 2 for now. I do want to run a third, but we'll see if I can later on make room. The guard dragons, of course. Can't run a dragon deck without the guard dragons. It's just so good. I'm so happy LP didn't get hit in the ban list. Then the 3 extra deck mons, or the extra monster zone monsters. You got Seal, Romulus, and B-Cop. Someone commented about an alternative for B-Cop, the Satellite Dragon. That's actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna definitely consider it. So we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I really just want to cut the B-Cop, to be honest, and add the 3rd Striker Dragon in. But like I said, it has come up where I do need a dark monster to open up my zone. So I want to test that out more, see how often it comes up. If it hardly comes up at all, I'm probably going to just take this out for the 3rd Striker Dragon and just keep these 2. Of course, these are the better ones. So, yeah. But I am going to look into that, like the Satellite Dragon. It could be pretty good. And the 1 Delindrous, good extender. The 1 Quad Whirl, I mean, this card is can be like a soul charge as well sometimes. So, really good card in a deck with multiple rockets. And then we got the Boral Sword and the Abomination. These are OTK, and then this card is good for interruption. But these are the ones that basically get your rocket monsters effects off, because they target those cards so the rockets can destroy themselves and activate their effects. So pretty good. Then okay, so I still have the proxy for Appaloosa. I mean, it hasn't come in yet, which kind of sucks, but yeah, Appaloosa definitely. One of the combo I want to show you guys today, it ends on Appaloosa, and I just feel like Appaloosa is a very strong card. And then the one other proxy, this card again has also been ordered, but I just haven't gotten it yet. This is one of the changes I made. Oh yeah, for Appaloosa, I took out the Triple Burst. I know I already had Appaloosa in my previous. I guess technically, okay, no, Appaloosa is still there. So sorry for the Triple Burst, I added in. This is a proxy for number 38, the Hope Harbinger or something. The level 8 XYZ, it's just so good, like being able to negate a spell card, or I think monster effect as well. And it's a really good strong card. So, and it's really easy to summon in this deck because you have several level 8s. You have Chaos Dragon 11 here, and then the next 2 cards that I'm about to show y'all are also level 8. So this is another card I added in. I replaced the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend for this card. The Chaos Ruler, this card is absolutely bonkers. Like, this card is ridiculous. Like, being able to escalate the top 5 cards, adding a light or dark from those 5, and then setting the rest of the graveyard, that's so good. And then it's a really good extender because when it's in the graveyard, you can banish a light and dark and then special summon it back to the field. That's insane. This card is so good. And then last but not least, of course, the Savage. It's just, Savage is too good not to run. So, yep. That's it, guys. I mean, those are the changes I made. Like I said, I took out a Phantasme and added it in a second Noctivision. I replaced the Triple Burst with... No, not Appaloosa. I replaced the Triple Burst with number 38, sorry. Triple Burst for number 38, and then the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend replaced the... Sorry, no, the Chaos Ruler replaced the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. So those are the changes that I made to the deck. Now let's head on into the combo. Alright guys, so basically I want to show you guys the combo. This is technically it's not a rigged hand, but I just kind of like shuffled the deck and saw like multiple, I was looking at my hands, doing a couple test hands and seeing what I would get. And then when I came upon this one, I was like, you know what, this is really solid hand. I mean, not the greatest hand in the world, but it's pretty good. I mean, it kind of sucks to draw any of the baby dragons, but it's fine as it is. So, but basically what you need to do this combo, you need Chaos Space, with of course a lighter dark to discard, and then you need one extender. Like, that's really all you need. But in this case, I mean, we have the Chaos Space, we have discards, we have the one extender, the World Legacy Guard Dragon. So the way the combo works is you go Chaos Space. In this case, let's discard the Ogre. And we can add, since we already have black in our hand, we can just add the Chaos Dragon Levian here. Of course, we banish the Ghost Ogre to bring out black. Link off into Striker Dragon, Chainlink 1 and 2. Yeah, Boot Sector and white. Next up, we banish black, go into white. No, sorry, let me actually shuffle this a little bit. So we have, okay, and then banish Chaos Space, put black back at the bottom of the deck, draw one card, we draw Safer, and we link these two off into Romulus. Romulus, Chainlink 1 and 2 with, so we add black, we add Ravine. Now here, of course we would activate Ravine. We could discard the black since we can't summon it anymore to send Absorauder, which lets us add Tracer. Now we activate Boot Sector. Now here, it's important, guys, that you do not use Tracer's effect. Do not use Tracer. So we would activate Boot Sector to special summon the Rokket Tracer. But we have to accept, we never normal summon. That's one of the good things about Chaos Space. So we have a Safer in the graveyard. We have Levian here as an extender, and we have World Legacy Guard Dragon as an extender as well. So multiple extenders. The important thing is not to use Tracer's effect. You don't want to be locked in the darks. So we'll link off Tracer into LP. And now here we could, if we wanted to, just, we can actually use the, we can bring out Levian here since we have it in our hand. Oh. Rip a card out of our opponent's hand. And then we can normal summon the Starlight Safer, or we can activate World Legacy Guard Dragon. Doesn't really matter. Let's normal summon it. And then we can just link it off into the Striker Dragon. Now we can activate LP's effect. Bring out Black Metal. In fact, Striker Dragon to pop itself. You have to add the Tracer back to hand. In this case, we didn't have another Rokket, so this is going to be kind of important in a bit. So now we link off the Black Metal, bring out Pisty. Pisty will search out Red MD. For this combo, you don't actually have to, you're not going to have to discard for quad moral, so that's a good thing actually. So here, we would banish the LP since we used its effect already. Bring out the Red MD. Now, we have to make sure that we use, we need 2 level 4s here. So, yeah. We would have to use Red MD's effect to bring out the Rokket Tracer from our hand that we had. But if we had, of course, if we had 2 Rockets in the graveyard, then we would have just taken the one that's not Tracer with Striker Dragon, and then we would have just used Red MD to bring back the Tracer that's in the graveyard. If we had 2 Rockets in our hand originally or something, or a way to get 2 Rockets out. Then we use Pisty to bring out Starlight Safer. Now here is where you do this stuff here. So you're gonna use these 2 synchro into the Chaos Ruler. And let me make sure the deck is shuffled. So of course we're gonna use his effect. So we excavate the top 5 and we add a light or dark. In this case, it doesn't really matter. We already used our normal summon. So since we already used our normal summon, I would probably just add the Veiler, because can't really do much with these anymore. So we have 2 interruptions with Baylor now. It's really good. And now what we would do here, so we have to get rid of Pisty because we're locked into dragons only. So what I would probably do is link off. We already used both Pisty and the Red MD. So what we could do here is just link these two. You can't use the guard dragons to go into a non-dragon, so that kind of sucks. So what we do here is use those two to go into the Lingerous dragon. And now we can activate the World Legacy Guard Dragon extender. Bring out the Tracer. And now we can actually use, okay, in this case, we could actually go into, we can use these two to go into the Seal. Because we're not locked in the Darks yet. Now we can use, let's see, how would I go about this now? We have to make sure we don't, yeah, I have to be very careful here. Don't want to use Tracer's effect if I don't have to just yet. Yeah, okay. So what I can do here is I can actually use these two to go into... It kind of sucks, but with this hand that we have, this is honestly the best we can do. We can go into Appaloosa with 2 negates, right? Which, like I said, it's not the best thing, but it's still fine. Because now that we have Appaloosa out, along with Seal, now it doesn't matter anymore because we are, that we're locked into... Oh, no, yeah, it still does, sorry, never mind. I always forget that Hope Harbinger is actually not a dark monster. So, guys, we have the Starlight Seyfert in the grave. So, we can bring Chaos Dragon Levineer back, and we can use Chaos Dragon Levineer to banish 3 darks again. Okay, actually, maybe another Red ND is not the best idea. But we can get rid of the Striker Dragon. There we go. So, these cards, 3 darks, bring it out again. We don't get its effect again, but it's fine. We don't need it. And now we can bring out the Chaos Ruler. We still have white in our graveyard. Banish a light and banish a dark, the black metal. Chaos Ruler comes back. And now we can overlay them to go into the Hope Harbinger. And then now we can activate Tracer's effects. Popping the World Legacy Guard Dragon. Bring out another Rokket. And just bring out Recharger for your next turn. And then Synchro and go into Savage. Savage will get the Romulus. Even if we wanted to, we could also just bring out the Lingerous since we summoned the Rokket right now. But no, it's gonna be kind of useless. So yeah, guys, look at that. Look at that M board. We have Seal, Appaloosa with 2 negates, which sucks a little bit, but it's fine. We have Hope Harbinger, and we have Savage on board, like along with 2 effect Baylors. Like, there's no way our opponent is breaking this board. Like, there's just no way. Because we have 2 spell. Basically, it's 2 spell and trap negates because Hope Harbinger can negate a spell, and then of course Savage is an Omni negate. So you would save your Harbinger and your Savage for the spell and traps, and then you have 2 monster negates with effect Baylor, and you have 2 more negates with Appaloosa, and you have a bounce with Seal. So that is a crazy board. So yeah, guys, that's the combo basically I wanted to show you guys. I mean, like I said, the key points. I know that I wish it was like a set combo, like just 2 card combo or something like that, but it's not. I mean, but like I said, I feel like the ratios in the deck are organized in a way where you're almost always gonna be able to, like, maybe if you don't end exactly on this board, you should be able to at least end on Seal, Appaloosa, and Savage. Like, if you can just end on those 3, that's so good. You're not always gonna get Harbinger. We got a little lucky, or like I said, the hand even though the hand technically wasn't rigged, I mean, I did kind of do a couple hands and see which ones I felt like were solid hands, like really, really good hands. I'm going like the regular combo, that's almost always going to happen. Like, you're almost always going to have a hand to do that. But if you have, like, you guys saw in that hand, we had 2 hand traps and just 3 regular cards. Like, one, the Chaos Space with the disc. Oh, we used the hand trap to discard it. And then we had the World Legacy as an extender. And we finished on this board. I mean, there's more extenders. Like, if we had drawn, like, Noctivision, that's an even more extenders. Like, it's just crazy. The deck is actually really consistent. I guess the only times I would say it's like, I feel like you really do need the Chaos Space. That's like one of the big requirements, though. I feel like as long as you have Chaos Space, you're gonna most likely have other extenders as well. So Chaos Space is honestly the key card that kind of lets you do all this. But just wanted to show you that, guys, that combo. I mean, it's really strong, and honestly, I think the deck is with. Really, the deck didn't really change much. All I really added was the Hope Harbinger and the Chaos Ruler. Oh, and over here, the Chaos Ruler. Like, the Chaos Ruler is just such a good card. Like, being able to extend the plays further like that. So that's honestly the only reason why this board is possible. Like, the Chaos Ruler being in the deck. So I think Chaos Ruler is a very good card, and the deck has been doing very well. I really enjoy the deck. Really awesome. And yeah, I guess that's gonna cut it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if you guys were expecting like bigger changes in the deck, which I know I didn't change too much, but this deck, it's honestly it didn't need that much changing. And I know the Chaos Ruler didn't. I could have added that in earlier, but I hadn't really actually done test hands with the card yet. And when it actually came in, I was like, okay, like, let's try some hands and let's see what I can do. I was like, thinking of combos, see what I could do and make. And I was like, man, the Chaos Rule, this card is really good. So yeah, and I know this is post Banlist. I mean, but the thing is, the Dragon Link, in terms of like this deck, nothing changed because LP didn't get banned. And like I told you guys, I wanted to make this 40 card version, and I feel like if you're running 40, I don't think you should run Hockey 5 Brex and Link Cross. You have to have too many other bricks in the deck, and it's just gonna be less consistent. Like, I mean, of course, when you have the right cards, the M board's gonna be nasty. But when you don't have the right cards, it's like you're probably gonna brick, and it's just not good. This deck, I feel like for 40 cards, yes, the M board is not as crazy as having, because I mean, in the other M boards you have like Appaloosa, you can have Seal, Savage, you can have Herald of Arclight, or the Herald. That's disgusting. But this board is actually really good too, I feel. But with the other board, of course, you only need like 2 dragons. I think that's all you need, like a way to get to 2 dragons, and that's it. But this one's a little more specific. But still, like I said, because you run less cards, you have a higher chance of running or getting the cards you need. And there's less bricks in this deck, in my opinion. Like, I don't think there's any card in this deck that's technically an actual brick. The only thing that's a brick in this deck is when you like draw multiples of like the same card or something. Like drawing multiple Lapsarauters, or like drawing certain combinations of cards can be a little bricky. But I don't think that this deck has like a single card that's actually a brick. Like, every card is really good to have in your hand, honestly. So yeah, guys, I mean, I think that's gonna be it, guys. I mean, this video has gone on long enough. I wish I could show more combos, like different hands, how they lead to this board, but I'll probably save that for another video. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.